Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a lot of back to school prep and I'm just gonna bring you along with me. We've got school supply shopping, backpacks, clothes, all of that. And then once I come home, I have to get several of my areas that are back to school related in control, because once you see them, you'll understand that I've let them go and they need some love. So first things first, let's get ready and go run our errands. We went out to the car to leave and realized the entire trunk was still covered in sand from our previous beach trip. So the first thing we had to do was take care of the sand problem. And then this little thing right here is actually a pencil case. It is great if you've got small kids that you carry snacks for, because it's actually hard and it won't crush. This is my favorite little caffeine thing I could buy if I'm not going to real Starbucks. That flavor is amazing. The first stop was TJ Maxx / Home Goods. The amount of backpacks this store had was ridiculous. Gwen fell in love with this fuzzy unicorn one. She kept having to show it to everybody and snuggle it. It was so cute. But I'm not kidding when I say there were backpacks everywhere, and I mean everywhere. And the sad part is only 2 of my kids picked backpacks in that store. I love to get water bottles and like thermoses at discount stores like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, any of those. They're so great. I love this sweater I picked up. This is for me for football season. Here is the backpack Tristan picked. Aiden's we actually put back and didn't purchase, and then Gwen has hers. But that was the end of the Home Goods haul, and then moved into Academy Sports. Declan picked these shoes, and then Gwen picked this pair, and they do light up. Both kids, these were the only 2 that picked shoes in that store, but they loved them. I finally did find khaki shorts, but they were only in the boys and the men's. There were 0 khaki shorts for girls in that store, and it made no sense to me. Aiden did pick 2 pairs of pants, but he loves comfortable clothes, so it really doesn't surprise me. And then over to Ross, a cart full of shirts, and those shoes are for Aiden. I don't know who buys these shoes over here, but my daughter thought they were hysterical, so I had to show them to you guys because she wouldn't shut up about them. And I had to check Halloween in Ross, and you saw the Halloween from TJ Maxx. I couldn't help myself. While we were in Ross, the tiny 2 needed a potty break, so we ran next door to Fresh Market, and I completely forgot about their giant candy bar. So the kids talked me into these tiny little gummy bears, and I got some chicken salad for lunch. It was a little bland, but it was fine. And then our last stop was Walmart, which is where I recommend any of your school supplies shopping, because for one, they have the best prices, but it's all in the name brand stuff. And if you go to Target, they've got a lot of like the specialty items, but you're gonna get into an argument with your kid because they're gonna want stuff, and it's just, don't do that. Save yourself the stress and just go to Walmart and make your life a lot easier. And when you put everything into the cart, I recommend you sorting it out by kid, like my cart right here, instead of chucking everything in. That way you know that you got all the items. And in just a second, you're gonna see me left the audio in here because our ride home was a full-blown monsoon. We are home. You saw a little bit of the monsoon from the car, but when I say that we are all soaking wet, I'm not kidding. That's better. Clothes are changed, and I'm gonna show everything we got. We got stuff here, and yes, I had to buy the boys a toy. Plenty of bags over here from Ross, clothes, lunch boxes, things like that. And then all of the Walmart bags over here trying to dry out because we're hoping the notebooks didn't get ruined with all that water. And then another bag over here. But all the bags are just saturated. Most of them have a puddle inside of them. Mako loves new toys. It does not matter what kind of toy it is. If he sees you with one, he is just so excited and very grateful for the new toy. And then all I'm gonna do here is start unpacking everything and drying it off as much as I can. The bags with the notebooks sadly were on top of our cart, and we didn't think about it at the time, and we got them to the trunk and they were just saturated. But I will say, gratefully, the only thing that we lost was the one red folder, and it's a paper folder, which I don't know why Aiden even picked a paper folder. We normally buy all plastic, but you see it in the background right there. That red folder has not made it. It is in the trash. It started to rip all the way down the front from just pure water damage, but otherwise everything else survived just fine. Here's a glimpse of the very soggy notebooks, but luckily enough, like I said, these did dry out. It's been several days since I recorded this, and everything is fine except that red folder. I do love showing you the price tags of all this stuff, and that is our favorite pencils in the world. If you've never tried them, they are fantastic. And our favorite mechanical pencils. The older 2 boys like mechanical better. Brianna loves this notebook. She picked it for science class because it was glow in the dark. That was just something she needed. And Aiden hasn't had a wallet, so we picked him up one. Now you may be looking at this really small amount of school supplies and going, that's not for 5 kids. Okay, let me explain. We need stuff for our high schoolers, which we won't find out their full list until the week school starts. So we got just some basics for them. And my middle schooler only needed a few things, and the elementary school too needed nothing. This is for home. Because the middle school and the elementary school do the shopping for us. We have to pay for it, of course, but they do all the school supplies at their school. So aside from a pair of plug-in headphones, they do have to be plug-in, and whatever special stuff they want, lunchbox and backpack, they handle everything else for preschool, regular elementary school, and middle school. And this massive pile of clothes, we don't normally go this far for the older 2 boys, but they're both in the middle of a transition and barely any of their clothes fit, so we're doing it now. As far as all the clothes go, I will remove all of the tags, and then for any of the younger 3, because they do go to a uniform school, I will put either their initials for like Brianna, or I will put their entire name for Declan and Gwen, especially if there's any jackets or anything they might take off, backpacks, lunchboxes, all of it. I will label everything. I also mentioned in a previous video, I do have the name stamp. I have one for Declan and one for Gwen. This is what I will mark their clothes with instead of a Sharpie, because it has, if I can get it open, like see, that has Gwen's name and last initial. So this will mark all of her clothes, backpack, lunchbox, anything that's like clothing material, I'll use this for her and Declan. I'm just gonna leave everything here so it can all dry out a little bit further because a lot of it's still very wet. I'm hoping these are not ruined, and that folder I'm pretty sure is. Like, look, it's ripping right here. So that folder is probably shot, but for the most part, I think we got away with very little stuff actually ruined, so I'm happy. I am a crazy person when it comes to taking the tags off of new clothes because I've been burned one too many times by a mystery sticker that was somewhere random on the clothes. It made it through the dryer, and then you have that nasty residue that you can never get off. Like this sticker right here should not have been on that spot, but I found it luckily before it got thrown in the wash because that's right in the middle of the arm sleeve. And then anywhere that I have what is like a pack of underwear or a pack of socks, I will throw it in a mesh laundry bag. That way when it comes time to take everything out of the dryer, each bag goes to whoever it belongs to and they can put it in their drawer instead of fishing out a bunch of socks in the laundry. This is all of Aiden's extra stuff that was in his drawer. I told you he outgrew a lot and he never parts with anything. And Hunter now found the new toy and he's playing like a little puppy, and I'm so excited about that. This is one of the neglected spots I was talking about, and it's these 2 shelves right here. All the board games are fine, they're organized, but all the books and learning books from summer, we just keep throwing them back in there and not organizing them, as well as all of our craft supplies, bubbles, all that. It's just a hot mess in there, and I need to refill our school supply section, and then down here is fine. All my cleaners and stuff are good. It's just the school supply area and the books. We don't have a lot of closets in this house, so I try to do the best I can with the amount of space that we have, but my children love books and crafts and all of that, and I do like to keep a homework station on hand with extra pencils, pens, crayons, you name it, so just in case my kids need it, I have it, or for homework or whatever. So it's starting to get a little chaotic, but I do the best I can to organize it and use the height to my advantage. So eventually here I'm going to be stacking these books on top of each other, but that's just what I'm going to have to do to make the most of the space, but that way my kids don't have to part with any of their books or craft supplies, things that they really enjoy. And both of these containers do come in handy because it gives me a spot for like, here's paint, here's glue, here's your markers, so the kids aren't having to dig through anything. It's still very easy for Gwen. If she all of a sudden wants a purple marker, she can find it very fast and easy without having to go like full-blown chaos and dig through every single school supply to find that one marker she's looking for. It is not perfect by any means, but this is so much better, and the kids will actually be able to come in here and be like, oh, I need a marker, or color pencil, or pen, or whatever, and they can actually get to it now without a whole bunch of crap falling over. The first closet was nothing compared to this one. So Yeah, this is our dump and go right by the door. The hooks where all the backpacks go. The baskets up there that are full of all like the extra water bottles and stuff. This thing is where all my purses and stuff hang. It's a mess. And then I've got summer stuff in here, and then all the shoes are just like this. I am always trying to think of new ways to organize this closet, and yes, I've got a plastic little drawer in here because for right now that is as best I have unless we want to do some kind of custom built-in. I don't know why this is not a very standard size closet, and I've tried a shoe rack in here. It didn't fit, it barely wedged in, and then another one I tried was too small. But I'm just trying my best to make the most of the space that we have. And this works for us as best as possible because we could put the backpacks in here. Aiden keeps his backpack in his room, Tristan keeps his in his room, and then last year for the most part Brianna kept hers in her room. So this closet, I mostly have to make sure I have a spot for Brianna and Declan's backpack. Oh, and what I'm showing you here is earlier in summer, like 2 weeks into summer, I found clearance water bottles at Target. So I already bought the kids' water bottles for this school year, like probably about 6 weeks ago now, on really good clearance. That was fantastic to find that. I haven't organized these top 2 baskets in forever. Honestly, I think it's been well over a year, and it's just piling up, just random junk in there. Look at this picture my parents sent me from when I was a kid, and all of these are masks. I've done what I can in here. I'm leaving my purses for the most part. I took, I think, 2 away, but this is a Target return, so I'm leaving that there so don't forget. And then I've got my main purse, my little backup purse. This one I could probably take down. I just don't want to deal with it right now. As well as this pink one, I could probably put that away because I don't really carry the big purses right now. But that stays there so nothing happens to it. In here, I cleaned out both those baskets. This one is all like swimming stuff and summer things. That over there is all the cups, the water bottles. And in here is just a buttload of sunscreen basically in that bag. Finally hung the dog leashes and the sign like I've been meaning to for a while. That is our bag when we go out of the house with the younger 2, so that needs to stay. This is our Disney and theme park bag, so that's staying for now, as well as both the kids' summer bags for if they go to like a grandparent's house or something. But those 2 will be coming out once the school year starts, and then I'll at least put Declan and Gwen in here. I need to get a basket for like on top of that thing for all the lunch boxes, so those can stay there because those are all of last year's, and I haven't put Declan's new one out here yet. Gwen doesn't get one for preschool. Reusable bags, water guns, yeah. And then all the shoes are finally put away. The new shoes for Gwen and Declan are not in there. They will go right here in front. This is all of our backup shoes and sandals and all that. But their 2 new ones will go right there when the school year starts. So much better though. It still looks like chaos, especially because the door and all that mess, but it really is a lot better. I asked my husband to help me out with something I bought. I saw them all over TikTok, and yeah, see, even TikTok's on the box. And I finally, ooh, and there's his drill. And I finally bought one, so right now I'm having him put it up. There's the lock. We're trying it out on the garage door that comes into the house first before we get one for the front door, because we're replacing our front door soon anyways because it doesn't sit right. But it just literally like, you pull it up and latch it over. I can't get it in there with one hand. Hold on. My husband's got it. There we go. And then no matter how hard someone tries to pull on your door, they're not getting that sucker open. So it's just an extra little bit of security. Now I realize that has nothing to do with the back to school content we were working on today, but it still needs to get done. Aside from, I think, 3 things I could think of, I still need Aiden's backpack, Brianna's shoes, and a belt for Aiden. We have everything we need for back to school, and now all of my advanced prep is done. I was trying to do that before we go out of town because the last weekend before school starts, we're going to Disney and a hotel, so we will not be home, and everything else I have to do is like food prepping and all of that, which can be done that last week because my kids go to school this year on a Thursday. That's kind of stupid. They start school on a Thursday, but I digress on that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, got some motivation to get some stuff done for back to school for your kids. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.